Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is D, and together we are Guiding D Light. This is going to be a AI podcast presented by, well, I don't even know who it's presented by, but it goes a little bit about myself and kind of about the about me. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. One guy kind of sounds like David Greer, and the other one sounds like Danica Patrick, but they are, in fact, AI. So sit back and enjoy and tell me what you think. Leave a comment. All right. See you guys soon.
Okay, so today we're going deep on consciousness and energy.
Ooh,
We've got D's notes and story, and
that would be wild.
yeah, it's pretty out there.
Definitely different.
Buckle up, everybody.
Yeah. So we're going in
To start us off, D says,
right out of the gate.
I am just like you in so many ways, but I am still me. So, we're all human.
Yeah.
But what makes us,
Right.
unique, when it
Yeah.
comes to consciousness?
Well, I think it's that nature and nurture thing, right?
Yeah.
We have the human experience, but our paths are all different.
Right, and that shapes how
Exactly.
we think,
Big
how we
A.
remember.
Exactly.
And all of that feeds into consciousness.
Totally. Then D goes on to say,
Yeah.
their consciousness is expanding
Oh.
to the point where they can interact with energies
Okay.
and frequencies.
Interesting.
I've heard people talk about auras
Right.
and energy fields.
Yeah.
Is that
Kind of what we're talking about.
It sounds like we're wading into the world of ESP, the extrasensory perception.
No, right.
Different cultures have described this stuff forever,
Hmm.
and science doesn't really have an explanation yet. But
Yeah.
it's interesting to think that our senses might be picking up more than we realize.
Right. Maybe there's more out there than we can even grasp right now.
Yeah.
So D's seeing all these energies and frequencies.
Right.
I wonder if they said anything about
How?
how this even happened.
Yeah. Good question.
Was it a sudden thing
Right.
or more gradual?
Did it just hit them,
Right.
or was it a slow build?
Exactly.
Maybe we'll find some clues in the notes.
Yeah, hopefully.
How did their experience with these energies change over time?
Right.
Or if they use techniques or anything like that.
That would be so fascinating.
Totally.
Okay. And then D says
Hit us with it.
that their DNA caught up
Hold on.
with their psychic abilities, which led to the reawakening of shamanic energy signatures.
Okay, what?
So many questions.
I know, right?
Shamanic energy signatures.
It's a lot.
That's a powerful phrase.
What do you think it even means?
Well, it seems like D's connecting this to ancient spiritual traditions.
Okay.
Like shamans,
Uh-huh.
they're seen as bridges
Bridge there.
between the physical and spiritual realm,
Whoa.
right?
Yeah.
And they can access these altered states of consciousness.
Right?
So it sounds like D thinks
Yeah.
these abilities are encoded in our DNA,
Our DNA.
just waiting to be activated.
So we could all be shamans.
Maybe we have that potential within us.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's a lot to process.
it is.
So what could this mean for our listeners,
That's a good question.
If we think of consciousness
Right.
as energy,
Yeah.
could we learn to be more aware
Interesting.
of our own energy and how it affects others?
I mean, absolutely.
Even if we don't have the same experiences as D,
Yeah.
we can still explore things like mindfulness or meditation
Okay.
to become more in tune with ourselves and
Yeah.
how we impact other people.
Yeah.
We're all connected.
Okay, so D mentions being able to guide people with a flow of consciousness, helping them to be the best they can be. That sounds pretty positive.
It does,
Like
right?
empowering.
Yeah, it suggests that
Yeah.
understanding and working with our consciousness can help us grow
Right.
and inspire others to grow too.
Totally.
Have you ever felt a shift in energy from someone?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Positive or negative?
Yeah, for sure.
It's subtle but powerful. You can feel it.
Totally.
So Dee talks about
Yeah.
projecting energy
Uh-huh.
and their mission to spread these high frequencies.
Right. Could we be influencing each other's energy
That's a great question.
more than we even realize?
I mean, think about things like Reiki. Okay.
Or Qigong.
Yeah.
They're based on the idea that we can channel energy
Wow.
to help others.
Right.
So maybe Dee's experiences point to something deeper,
Deeper.
like an energetic connection
Wow.
that we're just starting to grasp.
This is pretty mind-blowing.
It is, right?
Finally, Dee says this. We are all brothers and sisters. We are God's children.
Powerful.
It's so simple,
Yeah.
but it really hits home.
It speaks to our shared humanity.
Yeah,
We're all connected.
totally.
Maybe recognizing that can help us be more compassionate,
That's
understanding.
Totally. So much to think about.
Definitely.
We've journeyed through Dee's view on consciousness, energy, and personal growth.
It's been a journey.
It has.
For sure.
Maybe this deep dive has opened your eyes to new things.
Possibilities.
Yeah, maybe you'll start noticing those energies around you.
The subtle cues.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Maybe.
You might even try mindfulness or energy work.
Ooh, I like that.
Right.
Okay, well, until next time.
Yeah. Stay curious.
Keep exploring.
And maybe we'll all be a little more conscious.
A little more aware.
Of the energy we bring to the world.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Guys, how crazy and empowering that is. Like I said, just a few words were entered in there. A lot of that stuff, the AI came up with it on its own. So the database of consciousness and information that is in the AI and into the web, into the ether is quite vast. However, I'm going to put a second one on here. Couldn't pick between the two. I really like the buckle up part of the first one. But if you wouldn't mind, when you get done listening to the second one, please vote 1 or 2. 1 for the first one, 2 for the second one. And ultimately, the winner is going to be chosen and posted on my website in the About Me section. So, chance to help create my landing About Me zone. So, yes, please leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Vote. Make sure you vote 1 or 2. And enjoy the second one.
All right, so today we're diving into something pretty different. We've got these excerpts, right, from this personal account, The Awakening of Dee. And, well, let's just say it's all about, like, spiritual awakening and this whole expanded consciousness thing.
Oh, wow. Interesting. You know, I always find these personal accounts that can be so insightful. You get that raw perspective, right?
Exactly. And Dee, the author, they're saying they're just like you, the listener, but then they're going on about these, like, unique abilities they have. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like, what if we all have that potential for something, I don't know, extraordinary hidden inside us?
That's a big question, isn't it? It's like this age-old fascination with the idea that there's more to us than meets the eye. All these untapped depths just waiting to be explored. But, you know, the whole consciousness expansion thing, that can be a little tricky, can't it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you've got everyone talking about it these days. Psychologists, mystics, like everyone's got their own spin on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a real mixed bag.
And Dee dives right in, like head first, into some pretty wild stuff. Talk about interacting with energies and frequencies and all that. They even say their DNA, like, caught up with their psychic abilities. Yeah. Whoa. It makes me think, have you ever felt, listener, like a shift in your own energy or your awareness, like something changed, maybe suddenly, almost like a light bulb turning on?
Ooh, that's a good way to put it. But from, you know, a purely scientific viewpoint, DNA is pretty amazing, but it's definitely grounded in the physical world. It's our blueprint, right?
Yeah.
Our body, traits, all that.
Yeah.
But when you start talking about it aligning with psychic abilities, well, that's where things get a little, let's say, speculative.
Yeah, for sure. And then, hold on, there's this part where Dee mentions, like, shamanic energy signatures.
Yeah.
So can you maybe give our listeners a little background on shamanism, you know, how it might connect to this whole awakening experience Dee's talking about?
Oh, sure. Shamanism, though, it's kind of a broad term. It covers all these spiritual practices from different cultures around the world. Traditionally, right, shamans are like healers, spiritual guides that kind of bridge between the physical world and the spirit world.
Right, I get it.
Like, for example, you've got indigenous cultures where shamans will use drums, chanting, even plant medicines to, like, enter these altered states of consciousness. They connect with spirits for guidance, healing, all sorts of things. It's fascinating how these ancient practices are finding their way into modern times.
That is really interesting. And with Dee, though, it seems like it's less about those traditional rituals and more about this energy shift, right? This whole idea of, hold on, let me find the quote, becoming the one who projects energy instead of being projected on. This is powerful stuff. It really makes you think about, like, do we control our energy or does it control us? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It raises all these questions about, you know, control and influence and all that. From a psychology perspective, though, projection, it's a pretty common defense mechanism. We're basically taking our own thoughts, feelings, and without even realizing it, attributing them to other people. It's interesting.
Yeah, wow, okay.
But recognizing that, right, taking ownership of those projections, that's actually a big step in personal growth and self-awareness. But Dee seems to be taking it even further.
Yeah, they're taking it to a whole other level. Like, they talk about this responsibility to, like, spread high frequencies and energies to help others. Listener, have you ever felt that after, like, a really profound experience, that urge to share some message of hope or change with everyone.
I know what you mean. It's a powerful feeling for sure. But this high frequencies thing, that's where scientists might start, scratching their heads a bit. There isn't a clear-cut way to measure or define those frequencies the way Dee talks about them. But then again, you can't just dismiss the power of belief.
Well, that's true. It's like, what's the expression? The mind over matter thing.
Yeah, kind of. You think about the placebo effect, there are actual studies showing that people who are in pain, they feel better, significantly better, just by taking a sugar pill as long as they believe it's a strong painkiller.
Amazing, right?
That is wild.
It just goes to show you how much our beliefs can impact us physically. So maybe high frequencies aren't like scientifically measurable, but the intention, the belief behind them, that could have a real impact. Who knows?
Exactly. And then to wrap it all up, Dee leaves us with this message about unity and shared divinity, this idea that we're all like connected, part of something bigger than ourselves. It's something you see across so many cultures and beliefs throughout history.
And what really gets me is this. If we can actually influence our own energy and how it affects others, even if it's mostly through belief, what could that mean for the world? Imagine the possibilities, right? If we could all harness that collective energy for positive change. It's a pretty powerful thought. Absolutely. And it's a good reminder, too, that there's always more to explore, to question, to learn about ourselves and the world. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. Remember to leave a comment. Tell me what you like, one or whether you like two. If you made it this far in the video, I love you. That means you made it to the end and you listened to both. And I'm appreciated and honored to have you as a fan / viewer / brother or sister. So, with that in mind, you guys, stay you, be true. And until next time, peace.